Hello there, and welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And thank you for joining us for yet another fascinating look at some of the weird and wonderful events that are going on around the world this month.
Since we are getting into spring, one of the big holidays and celebrations on the calendar in most Western countries is the celebration of Easter.
And while this has always been a Christian holiday about the death and rebirth of Jesus Christ, over the years it has also grown and changed to include some other celebrations and traditions.
Right, from painting Easter eggs to eating chocolate rabbits, there are lots of fun Easter activities that adults and kids can do together, along with the more religious activities, of course, that people always do, like going to church on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, and one of these fun Easter activities has actually become so popular that it has even gotten official approval from one very important fan. We're talking about the annual Easter egg roll event that is held every year at the White House in Washington, D.C., and is hosted by none other than the President of America and his wife, the First Lady. It's a fun event for kids all across the U.S., and it's also something that we will be reading and learning about over the 2 parts of our unit.
So we'll be ready to roll soon, but first, of course, we have to learn about all of today's new vocabulary.
Ready to roll. That's a good one.
今天的故事叫做 The White House Easter Egg Roll， 前进白宫滚彩蛋，不外乎就是关于复活节的故事咯。我们先来看几个单字。第一个 President 总统是个名词。蔡英文 is Taiwan's first female president. 蔡英文 is Taiwan's first female president. 蔡英文是台湾第一个女总统。第二个单字 host 主办主持是个动词。I'll be hosting a party next Saturday at my house and everybody's welcome. I'll be hosting a party next Saturday at my house and everybody's welcome. 我下周六在家会主办一个派对，欢迎大家来参加。第三个单字 spoon 汤匙是个名词。Can you pass me a spoon, please? Can you pass me a spoon, please? 你可以传递一个汤匙给我吗？最后一个单字 handle 握柄手把是个名词。This fork has a porcelain handle. This fork has a porcelain handle. 这个叉子有个陶瓷做的手把。应该非常昂贵哦。好咯，我们现在看完补充单字，一起回到课文中。
Easter is a time for Easter eggs and the Easter Bunny. There's no better place for both than the White House Easter egg roll. It happens on Easter Monday every year.
Explanation 1.
Okay, so as we mentioned at the top, the full title of the article for this month is The White House Easter Egg Roll. Well, this already gives us a really good idea of what we'll be reading about. But to know more, let's get into the article. So, the first sentence tells us Easter is a time for Easter eggs and the Easter Bunny. Right. As we mentioned, Easter began as a holiday about the end of Jesus' life, but over many years, some other traditions have gotten attached to it. Things like Easter eggs, either real painted eggs or chocolate candy eggs, and also the well-known character of the lovable Easter Bunny, who was often shown carrying a basket of eggs with him.
没错，聊到复活节，除了彩蛋之外，还有复活节的兔子 Bunny 就是兔子 Easter Bunny 复活节兔子。 Yes, I've definitely seen the bunny and eaten the eggs, but I've always wondered, what do eggs and bunnies have to do with Jesus? I don't think they're in the Bible, right?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And no, there are no bunnies and chocolate eggs in the Bible. Well, as far as I know, eggs and rabbits are associated with Easter because they are also often used to represent spring, which is the season of new life after a long, cold winter. But yes, there are no chocolate rabbits in the Bible stories. In fact, I'm pretty sure that people back then didn't even know what chocolate was.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, so back to the Easter egg roll in our article. We were talking about Easter eggs and the Easter bunny, so the next sentence reads, there's no better place for both than the White House Easter egg roll. Well, sure, celebrating any holiday at one of the most famous places in the world would definitely be pretty special. And someone else who's very special is, of course, Daphne. She's here to tell us about the first grammar point of the day.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 There's no better place than 加名词，意思是没有比点点点更好的地方了。There's 是 there is 的缩写，用来表示客观存在。No 是形容词，没有的意思。Better 是形容词 good 好的比较级，用以修饰名词 place 地方。例如 There's no better place than home 没有比家更好的地方。
Okay, we're back, and it looks like it is almost time for our break. Now, before we go and do that, though, we have one more sentence to read, and it tells us about when the White House egg roll takes place. The sentence reads, it happens on Easter Monday every year. Oh, okay, well that makes sense because Easter Monday is a national holiday in the US, so everyone has the day off and kids don't have to go to school.
Instead, they can go to the White House to roll eggs.
Well, yeah, the lucky ones can. I don't think every kid in America goes. Okay, it's break time now, and we'll be back in a second to read the second half of our article.
The President and First Lady of the U.S. host the event. It's open to children under 13 and their parents. Also, everything happens on the White House South Lawn. The egg roll itself is a race. In it, each child rolls an egg through the grass. They use a spoon with a long handle to move it.
Explanation 2.
All right, we're back, and our article about the White House Easter egg roll continues.
And we can see that the next sentence of the article tells us who are the lucky kids that get to go on the Easter egg roll and who they will be able to meet. It says, the President and First Lady of the U.S. host the event. Wow, that's right. If you go, you can also meet the President of America.
And his wife.
Wow, her too.
Yes, that's right. But next we learn that not everyone is allowed to go. There are certain rules about who is invited. We read, it's open to children under 13 and their parents. So, there you see that this activity is largely focused on younger kids. And actually, you know, that's true for most of these Easter egg activities. They're something that younger kids will do for fun.
Just like a lot of the traditional Halloween activities, like trick-or-treating.
Exactly. And it looks like we need to pause again here for one more grammar point. So let's check it out with Daphne, and then we'll be back to finish off the article.
第二则文法是 Something is open to somebody。意思是某事物开放给某人。Open 在这里表示开放的，可以自由参加的。后方以介系词 to 引出参加的对象。例如 The exhibition is open to the public. 这场展览开放给民众参加。
So, during Easter, lots of kids get the very special experience of going to the White House in Washington, D.C., meeting the president himself and his wife, and then taking part in a very fun event, the White House Easter egg roll. But here's a good question. Where does the egg roll actually take place?
That is an excellent question. Remember, this activity is about young kids rolling eggs around on the ground. It could get quite messy. Eggs, they break.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think anyone would want this to happen inside the White House. Imagine how a broken egg can mess up a beautifully clean floor or an old carpet and the smell.
Oh, nasty. So inside egg rolling is out. No egg rolling in the president's house, please. And let's read on to find out where the egg roll does take place. It says, also, everything happens on the White House South Lawn. That sounds more like it. Broken eggs won't bother the grass on the lawn too much.
Right, and some broken eggs are almost guaranteed at an egg roll race. We get an idea about how it's all done in the last part of today's article. It reads, the egg roll itself is a race. Well, yes, I hope no one is thinking that this egg roll event has anything to do with those egg roll snacks that people love to eat. So that's completely different.
Yes, apart from the eggs, they're important for both of these things. But yeah, the roll here is a race, and it's also not as easy a race as you might think it is. It's kind of tricky. The next sentence tells us about the right way to race or roll your egg. It says, in it, or in the race, in it, each child rolls an egg through the grass. Eggs have kind of a strange shape, and they don't really roll very well, do they? It's not a wheel or a ball or something like that.
No, that would be a challenge to roll eggs. So also, how do you roll an egg without breaking it right away? So we get the answer to that question in the final sentence. It reads, they use a spoon with a long handle to move it. Okay, so they're just pushing it along the ground with the spoon, right?
Exactly, but you have to push it quickly enough to win the race.
Oh, but not so quickly that the egg breaks. Okay, so that actually would be quite difficult.
Yeah, and even harder for excited little kids. It's actually quite a fun activity to watch and play if you ever get the chance.
True, and you can do it yourself too. You don't have to go to the White House and have an Easter egg roll there.
That is true, but just make sure if you do it yourself, do it outside. And not on your mom's beautiful new living room carpet. If you do that, well, that egg roll race might be the last egg roll race or the last Easter you ever enjoy. Mom will be pretty angry.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you all back here for part 2 of our A Window on the World unit. See you then.
Bye-bye.
The White House Easter Egg Roll. Easter is a time for Easter eggs and the Easter Bunny. There's no better place for both than the White House Easter Egg Roll. It happens on Easter Monday every year. The President and First Lady of the U.S. host the event. It's open to children under 13 and their parents. Also, everything happens on the White House South Lawn. The egg roll itself is a race. In it, each child rolls an egg through the grass. They use a spoon with a long handle to move it.
来到 English in Action， 我是 Holly，I
am Shane， 你好聪明哦！
真的，你好聪明，
你真的很聪明。
这是我们今天的主题。
哎，没错。
你有猜到哈？真的好聪明，
你好聪明。
好，那我们接下来要进去哪里呢？
没错啊，
没错，好聪明，
真的好聪明哦！
我们教的好好。
Since we will get off work early today, we should go see a movie together.
You're a genius! I was thinking the same thing.
No way! Good.
哇，你真的是天才呢，都想得到我在想的哦。
我也觉得我是天才。I'm a genius. I am so smart, like super smart.
Okay, so 自己讲就不算了，别人讲就还好。
So you could also say you're so smart.
Yeah.
I said I'm so smart. You're so smart.
Yeah， 直接的跟人家说你很聪明。还有呢，一个比较委婉的方式。
I like how you think.
哦，我喜欢你的想法。
因为是跟我一样的想法 ，right?
Yeah.
所以你就会说，Oh, I like how you think. 意思是我也很聪明
Yeah.
Right? 你聪明，我也很聪明。
好像没有那么谦虚。
Okay, so if they're having trouble with their English, what do you think they should do?
靠我们就对了啦。
You're a genius. That's right. So smart. That's right. 靠我们就对了。Sorry, you okay?
You're a genius.
You're a genius.
You're so smart.
You're so smart.
I like how you think.
I like how you think.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们要复习4个单字，还会造句练习。同学们准备好了没？1分钟计时开始。第二单字叫做总统，总统怎么说呢？叫做 president。The president will deliver a speech tomorrow。明天总统会发表一场演说。第二单字呢，它可以当主人来解释，它也可以当动词来表达主办或是主持。知道哪一个字吗？叫做 host。我们用动词来造句 Which country will host the next FIFA World Cup？ 下一届的这个世界杯足球赛是由哪一个国家主办的呢？我印象中好像是卡达这个国家。好，第三单词是汤匙，汤匙叫做 spoon。She ate the cheesecake with a spoon。她用汤匙来吃 cheese 蛋糕。第四单词呢，它可以表达握柄或是把手，这个字叫做 handle。handle 我们在别课也会学到它有这种处理应付的意思。OK，the door handle is broken。那个门把坏掉，那个把手坏掉了。好，太好了！我们在1分钟内已经复习完4个单字喽，同学们表现很棒哎，那记得要多多复习哦。我们下次见，拜拜。